Hey guys, it's Jay Butler. Welcome back to the channel. And today is hopefully going to be a shorter video. I just want to show off a lot of mods that I've done over the semester. But before we get into that, just a little update on my classes and stuff. I just got all my grades back and I actually did pretty good, which is absolutely freaking amazing. And my stress now is just like all gone, which is great. To be honest, I've never felt like so good in my life. But anyways, yeah, here's just some mods that I did with my free time, my little free time I had during the semester. I've been doing a lot of hair mods, so all these caps that you're going to see in the video, except for one, they're going to be from Brick Soldier. These are Brick Soldier visor caps. You can get these unpainted. And I noticed in the community that there wasn't really a lot of hair mods. I mean, there are, but there's not a lot. And I wanted to kind of stand out a little bit, so I just took that idea and I ran with it. Excuse me. I'm not the first one who did this by far. Like, countless people have done hair mods before, but I think I'm the first to do this with Brick Soldier caps, and I kind of went into this pretty heavily. So yeah, here's the first one. This is just one of the new not Brickmania, one of the new Angel Bricks figs, and I just have a Here Crusher cap on it. With some black hair, and I think it looks really nice. The color of this one is an old dark gray, so the color kind of doesn't match, but looks really good anyways. Next up here, let's see. Let's do this guy. So this guy, I think I already showed this guy off in the 20 minifig showcase. But this is the sole non-Brick Soldier cap. This is just a regular Brickmania cap, but I modded the blonde hair onto it, and I think it looks pretty good. The hair might be a little bit too long, but it looks pretty good nonetheless. Moving on here, let's go on to this guy. So this guy, I know for sure I already showed off in the 20 minifig showcase video. You'll see some repeats here during this video, but there's a lot of new mods that I also did. But this one is still one of my favorites. Brick Soldier does these really cool tilting caps, so the cap is actually tilting a little bit on the head there. And Tiny Veterans, as far as I know, they haven't done this yet with the cap that's tilting. So it's really cool to see that. Also, that's one of the more difficult mods to do. Next up here is just a generic SS or electrician visor cap. I already showed this one off as well in the 20 minifigs video. But yeah, just showing it off again. This one is really simple, but looks really, really nice. I think at one point I also mentioned that I wanted to do like a tutorial on how to do these. I have no idea when I'll get to that. The tutorial, if I do it, the tutorial will be pretty freaking long, because making these is like a multi-step process, and if you screw up any step, like, you're pretty much completely done. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna make it. It'll have to be on a day that I have off. But yeah, here's this guy. This is Otto Squarzeni. And yeah, nothing much really to say here, except the hair matches him, and this is just a really cool fig. So moving on here, let's do this guy. So this guy is a North African officer. And this is one that I actually screwed up. So he doesn't have like the sideburns on the side. When you're sanding down the hair, the sideburns become like really fragile, and they actually broke off for me. So I kind of decided to do this without the sideburns, and it looks fine, to be honest. But yeah, just technically a screw up I did, but still looks pretty good. Next up here is a Gebirgsjäger. Now this one I like a lot. I think it turned out really good. I was trying to make a Panzer Grenadier cap, but the electrical tape, and I use electrical tape for the piping. It makes it super easy. Painting the piping is like really difficult, but if you use thinly cut electrical tape, it's pretty easy. You can manipulate it yourself. However, it does make the cap a little bit more fragile, because if you apply a lot of pressure on the hat, it can move the electrical tape. But it's actually not too bad when you when you put a sealing layer on it. But yeah, I wanted to make this a Panzer Grenadier cap, but the green is too dark, so this is the color of the mountain troops. So that's what this guy is, a Gebirgsjäger. Let's see, next up here, let's do this guy. I think I also showed this one off in the 20 minifig showcase. But yeah, I think this is one of the earliest hair mods that I did. And this is just a Panzer guy. To be honest, still looks really freaking solid. So there's that. Moving on here, let's go on to this guy. And this one is also one of my favorites. Really simple, just a basic electrician artillery guy, but the red color is super cool, and I really like the hair on this one. So yeah, and I also really like the camouflage here. This is a Parabellum Bricks Summer Oak. Whoops. But yeah, looks really good. Let's see, next up here, let's do this guy. So this one here is also one of my favorites. This is an electrician NCO cap on the Angel Bricks Nordland NCO guy. But I think the combination of this cap with this body just looks absolutely freaking amazing. And yeah, it's just really cool. One of my favorite figs in general, to be honest. Next up here, let's do this guy. So this guy is just a Wehrmacht officer, and this one is probably my most favorite, maybe. I don't know. I just think I did a really good job on this one. I could have done a little bit better with the piping on the back, but I think it looks fine, to be honest. It doesn't bother me too much. And this was before I came up with a new method on cutting the electrical tape. Because before I kind of had to just cut it by hand, and that was pretty difficult, but I came up with a new method now, so it's a lot easier. But yeah, looks pretty cool, pretty nice. But yeah, next up here is another Wehrmacht officer guy, but this one has the tilting side cap with gray hair, and this guy just looks pretty, he looks pretty set up for business, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, not much to say about this. It's just a tilting version of the here crusher cap. But yeah, I definitely want to make more of these so I can have more guys. But yeah, looks pretty good. And then the last one here, and this one is for sure my favorite, and this is like my magnum opus, or whatever you want to call it. This is my peak work so far. So this one is actually like just a combination of, how do I say it? It's not a combination. It's just, it has an extra step. So it has the brick soldier cap, and then you can see the hair there, and then the headphones here are from a, believe it or not, a Brickmania cap. So I had to completely sand out the whole cap to get the headphones. I extracted the headphones, and then I just kind of modded them onto the cap here, so I can make a electrician pantser guy. And to be honest, this turned out way better than I thought it would. It took a long time though, because it involved an extra step, actually like a couple of extra steps. But yeah, this looks super good. To be honest, I would even argue this is on par or slightly worse than Tiny Veterans quality. You can even argue, although I'm extremely biased here, you could even argue this is better than Tiny Veterans because this guy has the hair to go with it. So yeah, at least in the community, my army, they're not bald. They have hair, so my guys are extra cool. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'll just show off like several guys here. This guy, I really like this guy, and then this guy here. So you got it kind of like a trio there. Wow, this is actually a really cool picture, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty quick one. I just want to pump out some new content while I can. Just kind of show off some stuff that I did. One way that I've kind of been treating this YouTube channel is just like an archive of my work that I've done in the community. So like my builds and stuff, and my stop motions and my collecting and stuff like that. Because in the future, things will change. But it's pretty cool to just have like a digital scrapbook to go back and look back on some pretty cool stuff that I made. And wow, that's like, should this be the thumbnail? I might make this the thumbnail, although I might have to censor it because there's like a spicy guy. I don't know, this might be the thumbnail. It's super cool though. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the glaze session. And I will see you in another, excuse me, I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.